trained as illustrators at the Philadelphia College of Art. From there, we went over to Royal College of Art to do our master's degree. Then I became a waiter, and he became a typographer. And then our friend in Holland said, well, if you're washing dishes in America, why don't you come wash them in Holland? On the way to Holland, we went back to London to visit some friends, and our present producer, Keith Griffiths, who we actually went to school with at the Royal College, was working at the British Film Institute, and he said, why don't you guys propose something for an experimental film, as there was an experimental wing at the British Film Institute. And we said, we don't do experimental films. And he said, well, propose something. And we said, a puppet film. And we hadn't a clue, but we drafted something in a couple of days, gave it to Keith, and then went off to live in Holland. And about 6 months later, Keith called us and said, I've got you £9,000, come back and make your puppet film. And then we said, we don't even know how to make a puppet film. So we came back, and it was just literally learning under fire. In fact, we were so intimidated by working with the puppet, because all we had was one of those stupid little mannequins that you buy at an art shop. And we decided that since we couldn't move the puppet, it was so unresponsive, that we would make everything move around it and then create a highly subjective universe around it. This continued for quite a few years, working like this. But eventually, I think we started to get a hold of our craft by making a lot of mistakes, and it was just the two of us. And it's easy to fail when it's just the two of us.
It wasn't until we got hold of a magnet that we could not worry about moving things around the puppet.
The way that we've tended to always work was that the puppets for us work, as you can see, we don't have famous voices behind our puppets. For us, the puppets work best as the mask. With the mask, you have to read it, you have to interpret it, and it works much closer to dance, where you don't expect of dancers, they don't talk. You read a ballet through the synthesis of gesture, rhythm, music, the choreography, and decor. With this, we always had the music up front before we even began. So, in a sense, it's like you get to know the music so well that it comes out through your fingers. And as when you're building the decors or working with the puppets, you're all the time working with your hands, and your hands think.